Hey everyone, my name's Adam with IT'S A BODEGA, and we're here for Snackapades, the show where we tell you what international and exotic snacks smack and which just flat don't. We're here with our guest, Paws, the DJ for the Denver Nuggets, legendary Denver DJ. How are you doing today?
My man, I'm good, dude. Having a solid Wednesday in the Mile High City.
Hey, that's what we like to hear. So, before we really get started off with anything, we like to do a word of the day. What is your word of the day?
Diversification.
Ooh, that's a really, really good word. I mean, it's perfect for all the snacks we're about to try because we're diversifying.
Facts.
Exactly.
Big facts.
So before we get started with the actual snacks and everything like that, I do want to go again over our review scale. We like to start off with the no-nom, which is just, you can't eat it. It's gross. You just don't even want to touch it. We got the nom, you know, it's good. You'll have a few chips. They're decent. We got the nom-nom, which is like, yeah, you'll eat a whole bag of chips, but you're not necessarily going to buy it every single time you're at the store.
Yeah.
And we have the meta-nom,
Okay.
which is like the addicting, you know, you're like Scooby-Doo going for that sandwich type thing.
Yeah. I got you.
All right, cool. So the very first thing we want to do today, we want to try our very first snack, which is going to be our Kabaya apple cubes. This is one of our shop favorite snacks, and honestly, we have the whole studio audience here just pumping their fists about this one because people love this. So we're going to try a little quick thing. Open it up here.
I'm excited.
Why don't you give the first
Oh man.
pick out of there? Boom.
Cheers. Oh my goodness.
I love these things. I love these things so much.
It's like a softer high chew.
Exactly. And what's really, really nice about these is they make them with real fruit. So you're really tasting a real apple there. You're not tasting apple preservatives or anything like that.
Wow.
It's just apple.
That's delicious.
It's like an apple juice cube, right?
Yeah, for real.
Hey, you're welcome to have some more if you'd like.
Yeah, these are fire. This has got to be a mega nom.
Oh, that's a metanom?
A meta nom.
Oh, the metanom right off the bat.
metanom.
I had a feeling the metanom was going to come with this one just because of how flawless they are as a candy. But wow, these really are special, aren't they?
These are pretty good, dude.
Right. Well, keep on munching on those. We'll go with our first question, okay?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, you're, of course, the Nuggets DJ. You took over for DJ Beds, correct?
Mm-hmm.
How did that come about? How did you end up actually getting that gig?
I had been working in the game entertainment department and working a lot of other kind of roundabout jobs with Cronky Sports for about 7 years. I was a ball boy for a couple seasons. I threw T-shirts for a couple seasons. I timeout coordinated for a couple seasons. I wrapped cable for the Rapids and the Nuggets for a season. Yeah, basically like any job you could really think of in that building that led up to like the game entertainment department. And around 2018, DJ Beds was kind of looking for his kind of replacement, but I had been working in the department already, and I had been starting my Paws brand in Denver at the same time, so it was kind of an easy inner company hire. I think they wanted someone that was really familiar with the team and really familiar with the way that we kind of did things in the past and how to execute as well. And I mean, he was a massive reason as to how I learned how to do this job, like how to do the job in the first place. And I couldn't be more thankful for him now because it's without having someone like that around in the time that I had him, I don't think I would have been able to accomplish the things I have to this point.
So you really started from the bottom.
For real. Drake said it.
Drake said it, and it's very, very true for this man's right here.
Yes, sir.
So, I guess we'll get into. Oh, actually, I had one other question too.
Yeah.
And this is one that I'm just fascinated that you got to do this. You were the official DJ for the NBA bubble.
Yes.
So you were in Orlando for what, 2.5, 3 months, right?
96 days.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that, or actually, tell me your favorite story from the bubble.
Man, there's so many good stories. I mean, the whole idea of the bubble itself kind of seemed impossible considering a worldwide pandemic, and I think you know, coming from, I'm sure all DJs would back me up here, but when the pandemic hit, a lot of us, like, were hit really hard because our job revolves around people coming out and supporting and being shoulder to shoulder and packing out a nightclub or a bar or whatever it is. So it kind of came as the timing that it all happened. So I would say probably getting the nod to go in the first place was, you know, it felt like an accomplishment, but it also felt like there was going to be so much work that we were going to have to do, and it had me so excited to kind of see what they wanted. Because it's not, when I got chosen, it wasn't like I was just the bubble or just the Nuggets DJ in the bubble.
Yeah.
I was DJing for every team that was in the bubble.
Oh,
so I had to learn how the Suns and the Clippers and the Lakers and the Celtics all do their shows, and I think that walking away from that entire experience and getting to do, I ended up, you know, getting to see my team come back from 3-1 twice. So like that was, and getting to be at those games and being one of maybe 8 fans of the Nuggets they were in the building, and like when the team was doing well, like you bet your ass, like we were talking, we were yelling, we were like the only real support system besides their families that were there that they had. So I would probably say coming back from 2-0 twice, that second time on the Clippers was pretty.
I was gonna say it's you had that one instance where Jamal Murray is like being hyped up, and that's you hyping him up in the background, right?
When he's yelling, like they're in the Utah series. There's a couple clips if you go back and watch. They're yelling at us. We're the only two. Kyle, our announcer, and I are the only two people there that, especially during the Utah series, that were Nuggets fans. Yeah. Besides maybe like a couple of the parents, but we're yelling, and it's maybe 3 people yelling, and you know, obviously we're socially distanced and trying to keep it to a minimum to not necessarily like do too much. But it's pretty special to watch some of those games back, especially the Donovan Mitchell and Jamal 50-point.
I mean, that's the most legendary playoff performance from 2 players ever. Yeah. I would say.
Yeah.
Hey, all I gotta say is those Nuggets fans out there who were a little trepidatious when we were down 3-1 against Utah. Thank this man. He was our fan base at the actual bubble.
That's the whole goal, is just to, especially in the bubble with working with my team that got to go so far. It definitely felt like I was making a difference for sure.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, we will move on to our second snack here.
Let's go.
We have another really interesting snack here in store. We have a chip from Thailand. It is going to be Thai boat noodles.
Okay.
So definitely not our normal chip. Tons of different flavors in here because it is a whole dish itself. So we'll pop these open and we'll give them a try. If I can pop these open, of course. It's always an issue.
I'm a big chip guy, so this is exciting. Bam.
Woo!
Bam, bam, bam.
All right, why don't you give it the first try, my man?
All right, let's get in here. Whoa.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot of flavor.
It legitimately tastes like Chinese or boat noodles, for sure, Thai boat noodles.
I'm getting a lot of steak, like a lot of, man, I can't really put a finger on that. It's pretty good, though.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to describe a whole entire dish in one bowl.
Like a lot of flavors.
It's got some onion, it's got a lot of garlic, it's got some steakiness to it.
Yeah.
Just got a little bit of herb taste to it. I don't know.
Pretty fire.
What do you think?
Fire.
What's your rating?
Since I already gave out a meta nom, I think I gotta give it just a nom.
Just a nom?
Hold on, let me see.
I would have to say this is a nom for me. Like, I'd definitely eat the whole bag.
Yeah, you're right. If you put that bag in front of me, it doesn't stand a chance, honestly.
I can already feel myself getting heartburn off of these.
No facts, though. That's very true.
Yeah.
Very true. There's a lot of flavor in that, for sure.
Yeah, there is. All right, well, I'll leave these right here in case you want to eat more.
That might be the perfect size for that.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You don't want to have a whole big bag of these.
If you had the grocery store size bag of that, that's pretty rough. I think that would be tough to get through.
Yeah, you might be a little sick after that one.
Yeah, maybe. Hey!
Hello!
Hi!
So this is actually a really funny thing we have here on the show. This is the 2 weeks in a row that we have dogs joining us. So...
Who doesn't love a dog?
Seriously. All right, we'll move on to our next question.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, you as an EDM artist, you have toured and you have played with some of the biggest names of the game. You have played with Millennium, you have played with Tiesto, you have played with Shaquille O'Neal as DJ Diesel, Machine Gun Kelly. I want to hear, what is your wildest story that you have from being on tour with these people or just playing with them in general?
There's so many good ones. I mean, I guess I should start with saying how lucky I was to grow up in a scene like Denver's, like a dance music scene like Denver's. I don't think there's one really quite like it anywhere in the world. So I think that Denver just has this appeal to it from an EDM standpoint, that like a lot of the leading guys in the industry live here now.
Oh yeah.
So it's like it seems to be a hub of some sorts. But I mean, if I had to pinpoint a story, maybe it was a long time ago. So this was like really early in my career. We were backstage at the First Bank Center, rest in peace. We were with Adventure Club.
I remember them.
Yeah, they were at the time absolutely crushing it and selling out everywhere. And I think they were playing the First Bank Center with a group called Caked Up. And I got to go and go backstage for one of my first times back there at the First Bank Center. Obviously, I'm very wide-eyed and trying to, and I like to think of myself as a very respectful guy, so I'm never trying to cross any lines or step on anyone's toes. And
how old were you?
I was probably 22.
Okay.
I'm 29 now, so it's probably about 7 years ago. And we were backstage, and I mean, obviously, being one of the first times being backstage at a show like that, it's like you're very aware of everyone that's around you, and you don't want to get in trouble, you don't want to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And this kid had kind of stumbled in with us, and I was with a friend that knew Adventure Club. Leighton and Christian are, even to this day, like great friends of mine. And we got into their green room, and this kid who, like, I hadn't been back there or known them really well, but I knew that he wasn't with them. And he kind of just like made the green room his own. And he like walked in and was like, "You guys mind if I get some champagne?" And the guys were like, I mean, they're both super nice dudes. So they were like, "Yeah, dude, like help yourself." And he pulled out the champagne and immediately pops the cork and sprays every single one of us. Like these guys had just put like sold out Red Rocks or the Garden or something. Like it was the most uncalled for, out of pocket thing I think I've ever seen. And I mean, like, had it not been so early in my career, I might have maybe even gotten a little angry, but it was just so like,
you're blown away by like,
what the fuck just happened, dude? Did this guy really just go into their fridge, take their champagne, and then spray them in the face with it? And like, they handled it so professionally, which like I commend them for. And I still to this day, that's probably one of the stories that I'm like, it wasn't necessarily anything like from an artist standpoint or anything that crazy, but yeah, that was probably one of the most shocking things I've seen in green rooms. But other than that, everyone's pretty tame. A lot of people think it's like crazy parties and stuff backstage. It's mostly a lot of this.
Sitting around, enjoying your time, maybe having a drink, maybe a smoke.
Yeah.
Keep it easy. I think it's really hilarious that you bring up that story because during the Nuggets parade and ceremony itself, I brought a bottle of champagne to celebrate, and I popped it open fully not expecting it to like go everywhere. There might have been 15 to 20 people drenched in champagne around me. Of course, me and the homies were all stoked about it, but I cannot tell you how many angry people were around us not wanting to get sprayed by champagne.
I totally feel that. I totally feel that. I mean, I would never really want to be, I don't know how many, for instances, there would be, maybe other than winning another championship, that I would be okay with being sprayed in champagne, but that's probably the only one. Honestly.
Yeah, it's sticky. It doesn't smell great. Cops think you're drunk. Yeah, there's a whole myriad of reasons why it's not fun to be sprayed with champagne.
Absolutely.
All right, so we had two of our snacks.
Yes.
In my opinion, I'm sure many of our viewers' opinion, it is criminal to have snacks without a bevy.
Can't forget the bev.
Can't forget the bevy. So today we have Alicia pineapple water.
All right.
It is not quite a water. It's kind of like a Sprite that's flavored pineapple.
Okay.
They're delicious though.
Okay.
So let me get you a cup.
These are fire.
We have the purple It's a Bodega cup
These are fire.
for sale at It's a Bodega.
Oh yeah, you gotta
So-
pick up some of these.
Let me,
Oh no.
let me give a couple of pours here. All right, there you go. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Alicia pineapple water.
That's pretty fire too.
Yeah.
It's not as sweet as a Sprite,
No.
not as carbonated. And it doesn't taste as like artificial as a Sprite.
Yeah, that pineapple flavor is like pretty genuine pineapple.
I feel like the pineapple water is a perfect description.
Exactly. That's why I try not to call it a pineapple soda.
Yeah.
Because it's not quite that. It's kind of like a sweet, sparkling water.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is one of my favorite things that we have in store. I usually crack one of these open on a daily just to have a nice, refreshing drink. They make great mixers.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
mix
think
this,
about that.
mix this with a little bit of vodka.
Yeah, you're set.
Yeah, you're fine. You don't need another cocktail beyond that. So, what's your rating?
This is probably a nom nom as well. I think this is I mean, the whole thing's getting tore up if it's, you know.
Hey, feel free yourself. Pour yourself some more if you're still thirsty.
No, this is delicious. For sure. Yeah, these are definitely very good.
Delicious. All right. So, we got a nom nom. I'd say it's a meta nom for me simply because I do drink one every
day.
single day. So, I think it just automatically puts it in the meta nom
in the
category.
meta nom.
So, we got another question for you.
Let's do it.
Former Nuggets, both Bull and Monte Morris, big customers with us. They really, really love our products and stuff like that. Obviously, both of them are with different teams nowadays. Who is the biggest snacker on the team, and what type of weird snacks do they eat?
Man, I don't know. I guess that I'm not really like around them in a capacity enough to tell like who snacks the most. I see guys raid like the candy drawer or like the candy bucket
Yep.
during the games. And the only person I see really frequenting it the most is probably Jamal.
And Jamal throws them to the crowd, too.
Yeah. So that's where I would say like I don't really necessarily see them on enough of a basis to see like who snacks the most. But if I had to judge by the candy bucket at the table during games, it'd probably be Jamal Murray.
Yeah, I mean, especially when that man's was hurt.
Yeah.
He
for
was
sure.
walking over that candy
For sure.
table.
Throwing them out to the fans.
Oh yeah, and you should see the fans. I sit right by the area where Jamal's throwing the candy. There's probably 70 or 80 people every single time he goes over that candy bucket. Give me candy! Give me candy! It's fantastic. It's hilarious. I really do enjoy it. And I mean, formerly there was that one fan with the Nuggets that used to give all of the players little
Vicky.
candy. Vicky,
Yeah, Vicky.
her husband died a
Passed,
couple years
yes.
ago.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
They've been around since I was a kid, so they're like my ballerina family. So yeah, Vicky's the best. They recently did stop letting her bring candy in.
Oh.
So my game nights got a little bit less cool because Vicky would always sort the specific flavor gummy bear that I liked into two. She'd put two flavors in, and she would sort me my own bag for it. So
Oh, that's freaking dedication. So
shout out Vicky Ray.
yeah, shout out Vicky. And if Denver Nuggets, if you're hearing this, let Vicky bring candy.
Yes.
Everyone loved it.
Bring candy
She was like the team mom for the Nuggets, and I don't know how many other NBA teams have a team mom. So
She's the real one for sure.
oh yeah, she's 100%. So for our last snack here, we have a very, very special thing that a lot of people don't know about. We have the caramel pudding Kit Kats from Japan. Now these are really, really special because on the ingredients of these, it tells you to put them in the oven, throw them under the broiler, and wait for the top to caramelize, much like a real piece of caramel. We don't have an oven here today, so I have myself a little blowtorch.
Yeah.
And we're going to caramelize these things right here live for you right now. All right, this is my first time caramelizing this with the torch and not in the oven, so we'll see how it goes. Oh, that is so cool. All right.
How does it smell?
It smells like creme brulee.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my
pretty fire.
gosh, that is amazing. Okay, freaking beautiful.
That is Flavor Town.
I'll let you take the first one. You can choose the more caramelized piece versus the not caramelized piece. It's up to you.
Oh no, here we go.
Don't worry about germs. We all good.
I'm here with you. I'm sorry. Oh man.
Oh.
Without the caramelization, it wouldn't hit the same.
That's the best Kit Kat I've ever had in my life.
100%.
It tastes like a real legitimate dessert. Like,
Man.
something about it. It legitimately tastes like a creme brulee with like a cookie bottom on it.
Yes. Yeah.
God, I cannot believe how good that one is. That's the best thing I've ever tried on this show. I'm going to go ahead and say it. That's an extreme metanum. I'm walking out.
Metanum.
Yeah, that thing is insane. I can't get over how freaking good that thing
Yeah, that
is.
was pretty delicious.
All right, so we got our very last question here on the day.
Yes.
And I like to ask every single one of our guests this question. If you were to be in charge of a snack division of any country, what country would you choose and what snack would you choose to make?
I guess selfishly, I would say the United States,
Okay.
because I live in the United States. And if I had to be in charge of one snack, it would probably, I'm a big chip guy.
Okay.
I'm like a big savory guy. I would probably say like the chips or the snack, or like the savory side of stuff, just because of my own interests, I guess. But yeah, I'd probably say like the chip division.
Okay, the chip division, any specific flavor you'd make?
I'm a big fan of the way that they've been kind of mixing up the flavors of certain chips on different chips.
Like the Cheetos flavored Lay's or the
Yes.
Funyuns flavored Ridges. Yeah.
Yes, I like that type of stuff. I think you could get pretty creative with like the entire board of chip flavor sprays that they use that you could probably change onto different, whether it's a potato chip or a Cheeto or something like that. Yeah, I'd probably say something like that. I don't know if I can name a specific flavor.
You'd just be mixing them all up.
I'd be trying a whole bunch of crazy shit.
Throwing sour cream and onion on Cheetos, stuff like that.
Yeah, fuck it, why not?
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
I want to thank Paws so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Make sure that if you have the time, make sure to watch the Nuggets drop their banner against the Lakers coming up next month.
Yay!
Let's go. Make sure to say hi to Paws at the game.
Yep.
As well as, you have any shows you got coming up that you wanna promote?
Yeah, man. I'm tomorrow night at the Church Nightclub, September 21st. The Church Nightclub with Flux Pavilion and I. So
Ooh.
should be super fun. After that, going to Mexico, playing Ember Shores with Millennium, and all the homies in December, first week of December, and then yeah, basically just catch me at all the Ball Arena Nuggets games, and you know where to find me.
Yeah, exactly. You know where to find them at the games. Just search for the guy with the DJ booth.
I'm not hard to find.
You'll find him. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Yet again, my name's Adam. We're here at the Green Spaces filming. And if you guys have any questions or want any snacks, feel free to visit us at IT'S A Bodega. Or if you want to shop online, go to itsabodega.com and make sure to like, follow, subscribe, all that stuff, because you don't want to miss these reviews. Thanks so much, guys. Have a nice one. Bye-bye.